So the question for this presentation is, can a personalized employment pass holder start his or her own business in Singapore? And there are a few questions along with this which are relevant to this. What is the meaning of doing business of own? How do you define this term? So when is a person said that he is doing his own business? Can the PEP holder invest in shares of other companies just as an investment? And can the PEP holder act as a director of any company? So let's have a look on all these questions. And the first point that we want to see is the PEP related rule which is provided by Ministry of Manpower. So the PEP regulations clearly state that PEP is strictly for employment intent, and a PEP holder cannot engage in any business activity of their own. So you are not allowed to start and run your own business as a PEP holder. You should be looking for a job and you should be doing a job. This is a basic rule. So the first question that comes out of this definition is, how do you define what is the definition of owning and running a business? When will you say that a person is owning and running a business? So the definition is as follows: when a person along with his family members, either directly or indirectly, owns a majority portion of a company in terms of shareholding. So I have taken here the example of a company, and also has a significant control on execution of day-to-day management of that company, it is considered as a case of owning and running a business. So there are two elements to this: owning a majority portion and also having a significant control on execution of day-to-day management. Remember, as a majority owner of any company, the person will obviously have a strategic control. But if he has a control on day-to-day management also, then in that case it is considered as a running a business. And also note these specific terms: family members directly or indirectly. So if family member gets another friend of him to act on your behalf, then that case is also covered over here. So this is a definition of owning and running a business. So I think from this definition it is clear to you that PEP holders cannot have their own company and also run that company, because it will fall under the category of owning and running a business. So now let's have a look on two other questions. Can the PEP holder be a director of any company? So it is possible. A PEP holder is allowed to be a director of a company provided that he or his family directly or indirectly does not own any shares in that business. So it might happen that a person has accepted an employment offer with a company, and as a part of that employment offer, it asks that person to act as a director on the ACRA record. So in that circumstances, this is allowed. There is additionally one more condition here, that he can appear as a director of that company for which he is working, and only for that company. He cannot appear as a director of any other company. The next question then is, can PEP holder hold any shares in any Singapore company? For example, the PEP holder has got some funds and his friend is starting a business, and a friend asks him, are you ready to invest maybe $50,000? Can PEP holder take shares in such a Singapore company, or is it also barred? So investing activity do not come under the purview of PEP regulations, so it is allowed provided he or his family directly or indirectly does not significantly control the day-to-day management of that specific business. So you can invest, and you can also have the control, strategic control that arises out of your shareholding, but you cannot be significantly contributing or controlling day-to-day management. So if you have gone through this presentation, it should be clear to you, PEP holders are allowed to be directors of the company as well as to own the shares, but they cannot do both these things in the same company.
Thank you for watching this video. This video was brought to you by Epica Consulting Singapore. Subscribe to our channel today to get notified when new videos are posted.